Welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today we're going to be refreshing a starter home in Oasis Springs. I've slowly been working my way through base game worlds, Willow Creek and Oasis Springs, refreshing the houses using only base game, and sticking to similar budgets of the original house, but giving them a brand new coat of paint, a new look, and updating them for 2026. Last time we worked here on Nookstone, which is one of the other starters in Oasis Springs. And today we're going to be working on Sandtrap Flat, which is another iconic Oasis Springs base game starter home. But first, thank you so much Gamelove for sponsoring this video. Make sure to click the link down below or scan the QR code on screen now to learn more. Disney Dreamlight Valley is a life simulation game where you can spend your time fishing, you can hit up the mines, you can plant a whole field of crops. Or my favorite thing to do is to design and decorate my valley to make it my own. When you actually start the game, your goal is to help the characters solve the mystery of the forgetting. They don't remember what happened, you don't know what happened, so together you'll be able to restore the valley to its former glory. Though there's no rush to do this, you can do it as quickly or as slowly as you want, and I think that's the best thing about it. There's no pressure to get things done, you can just spend all your time decorating if that's what you want to do. Since the game released a few years back, we've actually seen huge updates that include fully customizing and designing furniture and clothing, entire new characters and realms that you get to explore, and we've had 3 major expansions that have their own stories, their own quests, and their own biomes. So now's a great time to get into Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's on sale right now on Steam until March 26th. And if you use my redemption code in-game, you'll actually get a few items that'll help you out on your journey and have a fun time decorating and exploring in your valley. So make sure to scan that QR code on screen now or click the link down below to learn more. Thanks again to Gamelove for sponsoring this video. So like I said, I like to try and keep to the same budget now. That's not set in stone. We may change it a little bit like we did on the other house. We'll see how we go and what we need to do. But ideally, we kind of want to stick to that. And we also don't want to like completely change. Like we're not here to just add a huge new section out the back, for example. Like that's not really what we're doing. If we need to add more rooms, we will, but it will be mostly confined to the existing footprint. Maybe like we could add something underneath here. I don't know, but that's how it's going to go. So I think the first thing I want to do is probably like, well, why is this couch? Just like looking at some of these houses, like why is the couch here in the middle of the room? Like what in the bachelor house is this? It's so bad. Like at least like there, I mean, I don't know, just bizarre. Anyway, let's just get rid of that stuff. We're going to strip it out. Also, I'm pretty sure I've surely renovated this house multiple times before, so I have no idea if we're gonna do a similar thing. I don't even know what I did before, but let's just go ahead and just take all this stuff out. Let's get basically back down to the bones. I actually don't mind the kitchen. I think it is very much of the style of the house, but I might maybe change the layout. I don't know if I love the stove there. But anyway, I'm gonna leave most of that for now. We'll come back to that. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get rid of these plants outside because we will probably just do some new landscaping, and getting rid of these is gonna save some money in the budget. Look at this, plenty of money now. I mean, I deleted most of the furniture. All right, around the back, I think this is all floor tiles. It is. And I think, let me have a look. Well, we can definitely change the gravel. So this, well, at the moment, the floor tile costs 4 simoleons every time we put it down, which is not nothing when you're working on a starter home. And we can get that for free by just using a terrain paint. So, no, I think is it this one? Yeah, so it's this one here. You can see it does look slightly different. Maybe not as nice as the floor tile itself, but we'll definitely use this because it's free. And then that, I don't think we can get the exact same thing, but I think we can, oh, it doesn't line up with a lot. That's kind of annoying. But I would probably just go with something like this. I don't know what color we'll do, but yeah, we're gonna, because actually how much is this all worth? We're at 10,560. If I get rid of this, it's like 400, well, no, it's like 350 simoleons. Like that's, again, not nothing. So I think it's worth getting rid of that. Also just the layout here. I'm not sure what's going on. Like why we have a, like the, I don't know. We'll fix it. First thing I'm also gonna do, well, I keep saying first thing, it's definitely not the first thing anymore. We're gonna remove these stairs because this will save us a lot of money. Let's have a look. We don't need stairs. When a house is only 1 step up of foundation, you do not need stairs. So those can just be deleted, and that saves like, what, 500 simoleons right away. So we're already doing pretty good just simplifying things back down again. I might actually just put this gravel in so I know where what. I know we can kind of see it, but like get an idea of what this was before. So I'm just gonna carefully line it up around the edges, and I'll even just fill in that space down there. All right. So that's the same. I know we don't have the middle section, but that's okay. And we'll do the same thing out the front here. I don't even know, why is this pathway here and not here where the door is? I don't know. I don't know, guys. So why don't we just adjust that? Do we want it to be 3 wide like it was, or should we just make it smaller? Because it doesn't need to be that big. Also, I'm not sure what we're doing with this huge front porch. Maybe we can figure something out. Like, is there a way that we could make this more usable? Because like, there's not even any, like we got windows from the bedroom there, but like from the living room, it's just pitch black and there's like nothing, you can't get out here. It would be nice, could we make it, how much? Oh, this is expensive, $800? I was like, because it'd be nice to have like some sort of usable area. Could we do, half walls all cost the same. It doesn't matter their height. So let me have a look. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I'm just trying to see if we could like, wait, what if, can I move where the door is? Can we actually, like I said, if we're changing the floor plan, we'll change it underneath here. What if we push the door forward to here? That actually makes this whole area bigger. Before I color it or anything, I just want to see if this is gonna work. Actually, I don't like that. What I would do, maybe what I'd do is actually do this. Have the door there. It does create kind of an awkward space, but maybe we could, ooh, could we do, if we lower that down by a step, could we have like an entrance, but like the entrance is a curve? At this point in time, all I'm doing is noodling. Yeah, that works, love it. Hang on, let me place the platform out here. So I kind of wanted to see if we could do like a curved platform entrance because I thought that'd be cool. I love how that just didn't work. I guess you can't have it going down as a curve, like, because this is sunken. Well, what if we go the other way? What if the entrance is up higher then? Don't worry about that. We're just noodling, we're noodling. Let me just get some lights so I can actually see what the heck is going on in here. So then that would be up. Can I, first of all, can I make this not look as glitchy? That's not too bad, but maybe we'll do something else down there. But yeah, I like the idea of it being on this like curved entrance. It's just kind of, it feels mid-century, right? And then that also creates a natural divide between the that sort of entrance area and the lower section. But then how's the flow of this room? Because it is still kind of weird. Where it seems like maybe, because we could turn this, dang it, the wall's deleting all the platforms and stuff. Can I build a wall without it deleting everything? It still deletes the platform, which is kind of annoying. Which, okay, so yeah, we can place this and all that, but one thing I like starter homes to be is easily expandable. Because it is a starter home, you're gonna be coming in here with your sim at the beginning of the game, wanting to probably expand this house and make it bigger. The problem with if we have something like that, as soon as you build anything on this room, like if I put a wall, let's see, if I cut this like that, it just deletes the platform, which is an annoying thing with platforms. They've never fixed it. So maybe it's not a good idea to do something that's gonna just disappear anytime we make changes. Because while I can work around it and I know to think about it while I'm doing this, if you're coming into this later, that is gonna be a huge problem, right? Get rid of that. Okay, what is, see, this is just, what is going on? There we go. Okay, so if we're not doing that, I think we could still do it, but maybe the door should go back to being there. The whole reason I pulled the door forward was so that we could utilize this space as more of like a patio area that isn't attached to the front of the house. So can we even do that? Like that's what I'm trying to do here, right? Can I do that without this looking silly? All right, so do like a nice stone wall kind of thing. I'm just playing around to see if this makes sense. It does feel like that entrance is not nice at all. Like that's the thing, like it's very crammed in. Okay, maybe I need to think about this a little bit more. Let me go back, let's go back. What if we move where the bedroom is to the front? So the bedroom's like in this space. We then kind of flip the floor plan so that so the kitchen could kind of stay here. Maybe we even turn the kitchen 90 degrees. And then that opens up this area here to be the living room, which can also open to the back and to this space here. Maybe that works. Let's try that. I think that's also kind of something when it comes to renovating or even just building a new house, like trying different ideas and going back to the drawing board. Because if something is not really working, it's probably best not to try and push it. Now, I think that, is this the same size space right here? That's 5 along that. Yeah, it's the same size as that. And actually, is this whole thing? Yeah, this whole build is actually symmetrical. So like the shape of the L. So I could actually just pick this up, put it here, and it would fit exactly, but I'll just build it, man. So that'll go here. I mean, actually, I guess this side is a little longer, but whatever. It's pretty close. That'll go there. We'll move this over. I'm not probably gonna do this same layout of the room and all that and the windows. I haven't even got that far yet, but this is just what it is at the moment. Let's open this up to the flooring. Now the bathroom, I mean, I guess it's just gonna go right here then, isn't it? We'll just make the bathroom smaller because that's actually, was that 3 by 3? I could do a 2 by 3 because then the kitchen will fit in the same space if I just rotate it. Like I said, I quite like the kitchen. Like it's kind of an interesting look. Although actually I need to do this the other way around for where the fridge and stuff will fit. Don't worry about that door, change that. So if we're just rotating the kitchen, it'd be like this. And that's okay now, because this, don't worry about that door. This bathroom won't be here, so we won't have this big wall. So get this out of the way. Oh, there's a little toilet paper roll there. Let's get rid of that. All right, so we'd open this up. It'd be like that instead, which I think is interesting. Although it is kind of weird. Now the door is just going into nowhere. I feel like the door is better suited, kind of basically how it was before, where it opened into this little effective like hallway foyer area, which I quite like that aspect of it. The original design had some merits, and that was one of them. So what if we actually just cut it in and have it there instead? Okay. I don't know if I like the cut in, but like I said, we're playing around, we're figuring out what works. Maybe what we need to do, I don't want to completely change the essence of this house. So I don't want to like fully remove all of this, because this is like what makes this house what it is, you know? It's iconic. What if we do something like this? The classic mid-century stone chimney thing that's not actually a chimney, but it adds detail and decoration. Okay, so that breaks up that side from this side. Good. Could we maybe adjust where the roof line goes? Could it be interesting to have an asymmetrical roof line? Let's have a look. I don't know. Maybe. So by that, I mean this roof will actually extend out to where this is. Now I actually have to make this a little bit taller. We definitely want it sticking above the roof entirely. Okay. And then we grab this and put it the other way, but it still goes to where the edge of that building is, but then that means this side has to be steeper to meet that roof, okay? And we'll bring in the eaves so that they can meet at a point. Bring that down, and then they meet there. So then this side is steeper, but now we've just shifted where that meeting point is, which maybe is interesting. Gives it a different look to the roof line. Man, we need to work on this back as well. Ooh, we could do like wood there. It's kind of like a vertical wood. I kind of like that. To break up the left and the right. You know what, that'll work. So this right now is not gonna work because, first of all, I don't think those two walls line up, and also it's gonna paint the whole back of it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep this roof as it is, but slide it back to there. Then we're gonna duplicate it, and then this one will go, well, I guess if the wall's gonna line up, it'd have to be there, but then this might work actually. We bring this roof wider, and then we could extend the eave on this one, to line up with that. So it's still got an overhang there, and then we do wood on that, so it goes all the way up, but then whoa, this roof section is crazy. Then we extend this, because I actually don't want that to be flowing through, but then that wall visually lines up with it, but then the overhang still comes out enough. Okay, I think I'm kind of liking the look of that. Now, windows, how much are these? Because I want to change it. They're 65 each. These, I think, look so much better. And mid-century is known for lots of glass and lots of light. Like lots of glass, lots of wood, lots of stonework. It's very natural, and it's supposed to be like bringing in all those elements together. So I'm wondering, can I afford to do these windows? I do kind of like having corner windows. I don't know if I like it on that corner or how we're gonna do it, but look, let's just try doing these. We could also use glass walls, which of course are cheaper, but I don't think they look as good. Now, what is going around the back? Because I think this just looks terrible. We're gonna have to figure that out. I guess that window does not need to be there. That was for a bathroom, which I guess you can do that. The kitchen windows, I don't mind those. It's kind of interesting, honestly. But I wouldn't mind doing some cabinets maybe above that. Do we even put that wall back that was in this kitchen? Because like I said, I kind of like this kitchen. It's kind of a vibe. I might still like to change the layout a bit, but let's leave it like that for now. I think I'll change the door to that. Or we could fully change the door to a different door, but I think maybe I'll just leave it like that. Or do we go like full white? No, maybe these windows need to change then. Hang on. Well, I think it should be the darker wood, actually. The sort of more richy orange color. Yeah, that's probably better. These windows don't technically have the matching wood tone. They do, but it's this one with the white inner, but no, maybe that works. Let me see. No, I don't like that. I think it should either be fully white or fully wood. So maybe we just do like the darker wood color. Yeah, let's do that instead. Also, I've just been building so many mid-century houses lately. Like, I mean, I guess technically that one over there was, and then I'm doing a challenge where I'm building the same house in Sims 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's also a mid-century house. I mean, I love mid-century homes. They're so cool. Honestly, I like renovated mid-century home, or like getting a mid-century home and renovating it would be like a dream, or like a real life dream would be so cool. Okay, now I do like the idea of platforms, because having different elevations in mid-century homes is, I guess I can't go up because that will ruin the windows, is very common. We could have the bathroom and the entrance be elevated, and then you step down. Did I do that? That's too big, the column though. I know I could just not have a wall there, but actually one of the things, so then that means if I do, oh no, that doesn't ruin it. Okay, that's good. Maybe it was just because it was a curved platform. Okay, maybe we can just leave it like that then. That's all right. I wouldn't mind the kitchen actually being a step down because we could lower that down. So you sort of come in from the entrance, step down into the living area, and then the kitchen is one further down. And then I might actually just change these to not be an island then, and then have them back like up like that. Maybe a half wall. Because a half wall is pretty common in mid-century, so I'll have a look at that in a minute. Now that means we want to have a step up here at the front too, because otherwise it looks like the door is floating. So we'll raise that up, remove that wall. I think that's fine. I'm not sure about the flooring that we've got going on down here, but we'll come back to that. Thinking, so we got the stone, whatever this is, like chimney thing, but it's not. So I'm carrying that texture on the inside. I was thinking maybe because we got the wood paneling on that side there, maybe we have that in this sort of entrance area, which actually, I don't know, is there a different color paneling that might work better? I feel like by now I should know all my base game paneling options. There's not that many. I guess this will be the other one. I think that's all right. Maybe we should change the doors. Maybe that color is better. Because actually, what's that like next to these? It's still not the same color, but I think maybe that's better. Oh, actually, we could also use these doors, which are actually gonna be a lot cheaper. Because how much are these? These are $300. Oh my gosh. These are 50 bucks, which also just in general have a mid-century vibe to them, especially the handle being pointed. And they have the same colors, so I think I'm actually going to swap these out. And I think they have a few other colors too, yeah. I actually think that probably looks better in this house. I know it doesn't match the windows, but no, it's kind of yellowy. Maybe I should go really dark. Oh, the dark is actually kind of cool, like the really dark. We kind of have that on these as well, actually. It's not exactly the same, because it's not as rich in color, but I actually think that maybe works better with the green. Yeah, okay. I like that. All right, get rid of those super duper expensive doors, which is good. I don't know if that door's even going to be there because I might change this to more of a glass open area. Now, again, the whole reason of changing where this entrance was so that we could utilize this area here, which I've not figured out how we're going to do that yet. Because the dining area is probably going to be here somewhere. And then we'll have living over here, which I guess needs to get out to this area, right? I think we get green carpet because we've got a green exterior. So I think this becomes a living area. Then that means this is defined as dining somewhere. So it gives it sort of defined spaces. The entrance could even be not like gravel, but like a stone perhaps. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Do I like that? I mean, I kind of do. Or we could just do that. We could do like tiles. I kind of like that. Maybe we could use that out here actually. Okay, let me have a look. So out here, like I said, I don't want to fundamentally change this, but what if we do this? Is that, yeah, I just wanted to cut that so it's separate from the rest. And then, so we got these little holes that are kind of lining up with that. I think maybe we don't do the same flooring color there. Okay, so we need to do bb.show hidden objects. I'm not using any mods today, so we have to find all this stuff manually, all the plants. But look, it can be done. I just wanted to get some free hedges. No, getting distracted. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. I like that. Is that weird? Yeah, that is weird. There's a glass wall that I was experimenting with what we could do there. I think what we could do, which actually might work, not just like a small wall, wood paneled, and then we need to have greenery there, which is what I was doing, and then I got distracted. Oh, this is kind of cool, actually. A little tall. Finding the right debug plants to fit in here is, I might need to splurge on real plants and actually spend real money. Because I kind of just wanted these guys, some succulents, and then maybe that one can go there. Hang on, how much does this cost? There is definitely a debug version of this, but maybe we can just use these for now. All right, well, anyway, I'm just trying some plants here just to add to it. Okay. I think this is actually looking quite nice. Now, how can I continue this? I think I want to change the foundation. I think the foundation is too chunky. I think we could go to the matching stone. Well, we're not matching, but if I use that same stone on there, I think this will actually look quite good around the house. And it's not as thick and chunky as the one that we've got at the moment. We can sort of reduce the size that way. And I'll fix this pathway too. That's not, I'm not gonna leave it like that. So then if I go to the platform and we get a platform trim, we can actually get the same one. And then maybe we change this to the matching wall. Let me see. Yeah, okay, I think that makes sense. Let me just cut that in so it's not like that. Now I would like to add some sort of fence to the front here so that they don't just walk up this side. And I also want it to be private. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but what if we just did like a half wall and then, because they can't walk over a half wall. right? Now this doesn't add any sort of privacy. So how can we combine that? Could we do, what if I did walls in line with these little openings like this? And then these were paneled walls. So if wood paneled walls mixed with this like a very low stone wall. And then it's sort of, you get this sort of, you know, it's a little bit private, but it's not really. But then we combine it with, not with that, with, yeah, like plants and stuff actually. I mean, I don't want to start looking too tropical. That might be too tropical. I mean, it's not like we can't have plants here, but I just don't want to be too far off the beaten track, you know? All right, get that in there. I think this has different colors. Yeah, get a darker one. Okay. I definitely need to paint that ceiling too. But I think that looks interesting. Now, does this have a similar, oh, it doesn't. It doesn't have a similar color. Maybe we get rid of these and then we end up using the wooden paneling. I don't think I want to do this everywhere though. That's like, I don't want it all the way down the side. Maybe we just have it there and then some of this side too. So then it's not like the roof is floating, but you can also still see out, you know, it's very, what's the best way to do it? You know what? I'm just gonna hold down shift and, oh wait, no, I'm not. Because that paints the house too. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna do these one by one. Yeah, it creates, you know, we get the support, but then it's also open, but also kind of feels like there's some privacy too. Maybe not a lot, but some. Okay, now the next thing is around the back here. How are we dealing with this? Because this is something, and not something good. I think maybe this, I don't know why this goes round, so I'm gonna bring that back to here. I also don't know why it really sticks out. Maybe because of where the roof line is, it looked weird if they ended it there and they've got all these holes. So maybe we leave it there. I do have like this wall support here though. I wonder if we can just get rid of that. Does that look weird without it? I don't think so, because it's attached to the roof, like the roof line of the house. We have one there too, so I don't think it seems like it's flimsy. And that means we can sort of walk down this way easily. Now we also have this weird door over here and this huge platform here too. So what are we doing over here? I think we need to figure out a dining table. Let's do that. And where this actually fits in. I think it's gonna have to go this way. I actually really like the really dark color that we've got at the moment. Can we use these? I mean, these are expensive, but we saved a lot of money on doors earlier, so maybe we can splurge a little bit. So if this goes here, I kind of like what I've done with these walls. Can we actually use that inside a little bit? And actually it's sort of, you know what, this should be that same panel wall, because then we have the same motif of these individual panel walls that are acting as dividers. Then we could do the same thing here for the living room and the dining area. I think if I just do one here and then do this, create like a physical division between the two spaces. And then we need a door to get out here because I don't want this to have like no access out here. I'm not sure where everything is going in this space right now though, is kind of the thing. Is a 3-seater too big? Probably, yeah. Okay. Now none of these windows are fixed right now, so I'm kind of just ignoring them. I'm just trying to see what placement. So that's not a good placement because it's cramping that in. So you have to be there. I also don't want it budged right up against that because I don't think that looks good. And I'm also thinking about, I do want a TV in here like we had before. So I think the door out either has to be here or here. I think this makes sense on this corner. Oh, that's brutal. There's no matching color. Oh, I think I have to use this, which is shorter, which does have, well, actually, I think that's supposed to match, but it doesn't. Great. Does that match with this one, maybe? It does. Okay, but that's too big. Okay, or we don't do that, and we just have like a little door, you know, like just a separate door. I don't hate that. I don't actually get the same wall light over here, so we got nighttime. Okay, panel both those walls. Yeah, for sure. Could I get, well, hang on. I definitely need a window for the dining area. There's no way this is not having a window. Do we even have a window here in this area? I mean, we've got such a huge backyard though. That's the thing. It's like, kind of seems like a waste not to have any windows out here. Go back to daytime real quick. Well, if the couch is there, can I get, what other windows? Are there like, do these go above the couch? Like I want a window that kind of fits the style, has the color. These don't have the color, okay. Could do, do these have the same, okay, that's not a good place to test. The same color as that. Dude, the lack of matching is so annoying. All right, well, we'll just do this one. It's not the same color, but I think we can probably get away with it because it's not right next to it. And it's kind of interesting. Okay. Now what's going on over here? This is bizarre. Why is this so big? It really just needs to be like a little thing you step out onto. And this is such a big area too. I mean, I feel like it's supposed to have a pool there. Like that kind of seems like what was supposed to be here, but obviously as a start, well, actually we might be able to afford it once we get more stuff in here. We'll see. But then, yeah, now this is all available living space, which is actually pretty cool. Can we afford a barbecue in this house? Because that'd be kind of cool. If we get like a grill like there and like a picnic table. I don't know, why not? It's nice. Sure, I like that. Now the problem is we've got this wall trim all the way down here that people can put dirty plates on, but there's nothing I can really do about it because there's no other wall trims. So this is gonna end up with dirty plates on it, so I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Now, the table better this way or that way? I think at least for flow here, it makes sense that way, but I think this being a hallway, it makes sense this way. Oh, and now, seeing as we're doing the half wall thing over here, we'll just do the same one here. Yeah, oh my God, this house is like filled with half walls. Let's go. There you go, perfect. Unfortunately, that just deleted my platform in the kitchen, I think, right? Just raised it up, yeah. Back down you go, thank you. Now the edges of these, we wanna go for a wood trim. Probably like that one maybe, that's pretty good. If there's any others that work. Oh, that vertical one's actually pretty good. I wish it lined up, but so I think because it doesn't line up, I'll probably do like a horizontal one. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. It's just those ones I need, right? Because that one's already done outside, yeah. Oh, I gotta figure out I guess the bedroom will just be up higher. That's, oh wait, no, I couldn't do it because of that. That's right, yeah, because of the window. Okay, I'm gonna worry about that later. I'm gonna forget about that for now. Okay, I actually wanna move these, whoops, down. Just a little. And do these have that color? I think so, yeah. Let's just do that so that's all the same. Shame these don't have a green, actually. Oh, they do have this nice wood color, though. Yeah, perfect. There's a huge gap here. Like, what the heck? They should be back there. There we go. They're just in the wrong spot. Okay, so the stove, I've never liked the stove where it was. I keep saying that. Do we just move this to here then? I think so. And then we just have the bin here. The bin is now more on display, but I think that just makes more sense. I might just get rid of that window. Maybe I'll just move it over here. So now the bathroom has a window height issue. Well, I don't think that's gonna work. We'll figure it out. We'll come to that next. Okay, I am liking that. I think though, let's have a look. What's going on in here? Because we've got like a half wall there. I don't mind that. I think the kitchen, could we use some stone? I don't know if I want the stone. Oh, I think it looks pretty good behind it, to be honest. I don't know if I want it back there, but honestly. Where are we at? Our budget, we're way over, by the way. I said we're gonna do the similar kind of budget. We might need to reduce some stuff, but honestly, I think I'm liking this so much. I don't know if I want to reduce a budget. Because I think this looks cool. It's still a starter home, like, you know, it's cool. Because I was gonna say, can we afford cabinets? I guess technically no, if I'm going by the same budget, but if I'm just doing whatever I want, I can. Well, should this kitchen be like a lighter color to go with that wood? I do like the darker color though. Or maybe these upper ones should just be lighter. Because these are the ones you see more from like over here. Sure, why not? Okay, over the dining table, I would love to do, can we do like a chandelier? Does it have a yellow? Oh, it's got like a gold one around it. That's kind of cool. Like a mustardy. Yeah, I like that. Where are we at? 15,000? Okay, well, yeah. Okay, we haven't even restored the furniture we had before. So it costs more, but maybe it's worth it. Maybe we shouldn't worry about that too much. All right, so the bedroom, this is we're gonna need a step down, which is annoying. I think what I need to do is actually, I think we need to move these windows. Because like, what if we had them on this corner, which I guess is maybe technically less private because it's like right at the entrance, but it does mean that the layout for the room is going to work better because I can have the step down here and then the bed over this side. Otherwise, it's kind of awkward with where the bed was. I might need to move the door. It might be a little squishy, but the door might need to be right there. Just because otherwise the step down has to be pretty big. Like it has to be a 2x1, like that. Do the plain walls for now. So it'd have to be like that. So it means the bed is kind of like, do we shove the bed over there? I mean, I guess we could do that and then have a dresser there, maybe. I think I had this dresser originally, but I think I'd like to do this one. Do we do the green carpet though, just to bring that same vibe in here? Probably. Oh, that is so, I don't know, doing green and brown just like immediately like gets the vibe. It totally works. Maybe just leave the rest of like white walls. Yeah, okay. I don't think the original had a side, oh maybe it did. I might, because I did just delete a whole bunch of stuff, to be fair. That over. But yeah, do we need a side table? Like, I don't know. Because I don't really have much money. We will have a mirror though. Is that weird? It's kind of weird that it's like tucked in a corner though, isn't it? Maybe it should be over. I was just putting a light above the mirror. Yeah, it's really better there rather than tucked away. All right, I think I won't do any side tables because I don't know if they really fit. I would like curtains, but again, the budget is already stretched. Actually, how much was this? $940. Oof. Like, I guess I could save, yeah, that does shave off a lot of cash, but then that's kind of empty out here. So that's the kind of the thing. It's like, we could get all the way back down to that really low budget, but at the end of the day, maybe if it's still a starter home, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we don't need to be, like I'm trying to justify my decisions. But we don't need to be that low in budget, you know what I mean? And put a lamp in that corner. I would like more like plants and stuff, but they are pretty expensive. Because yeah, the brown works if you also have green, you know? I'll just do it next to that. I kind of want some more stuff over here, but these chairs are pretty expensive too, right? We could shave some cash off. No, they're not that bad, 135, but we could save a lot by going down to these chairs. But it's not the same, is it? You know what I mean? All right, well, let's do the bathroom. Do a paneled wall there, and then maybe this could be a stone wall because it's stone on this side. Actually, I guess that could be paneled too then. So like the walls kind of match materials on both sides. Okay, so bathroom wise, I guess I'm just gonna go as cheap as possible. Now the door is kind of in a weird spot too. I might actually open the door that way. But then when you open the door, it doesn't like show the toilet and the toilet's kind of behind the door. Because we could do a tub and a sink and then the window is very low, but like shower, I can't really put here unless I move the window, which I mean, I could just move the window like this. Maybe you should put the toilet there then. But then when you open the door, you see the toilet. Does that matter? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a Sims, who cares? What am I talking about? And then the window fits right above that. The other reason it's so low is just to line up with the kitchen windows. And I think that's all right. Get rid of that light. We'll get one of these. Oh, that fits like right there. Get that little sink there. I guess we don't need another mirror, but I'll do one anyway at the bathroom. So we're at 17,000, which is, you know, a definite budget increase over the original. Well, let's just finish what we've got. How much is this light? 60. It's actually more expensive than just one of these. So I'm gonna do one of these. Okay, so I would say that interior wise, look, I would love to do more decorations, but it is a starter home. I think interior wise is pretty cool. I quite like that. It's definitely interesting and different, but it's the same shape of house. Very similar layout, but we've just moved the bedroom and bathroom to this side. We just flipped the stuff over the other way. So it's pretty similar. We've separated off the entrance from the entertaining outdoor space, and I think that makes a lot more sense. And yeah, that's probably added, like all of this, we could probably, if I get rid of all that wall, the half wall, because how much are each of those? I think, are they 30 bucks? I think they're 30 each, right? And then there's wallpaper on both sides of it. So it does add up. So if we got 17,313. Let me just see if I get rid of these. I think functionality wise though, it's actually beneficial to have the half wall there because it will stop a sim just walking up here. They'd have to go around the back, and in that case, I'd probably go through the house, you know? But if I get rid of that, we save, what is that? We're down to 16,600 now. So we save what, like 600 bucks? Maybe it's worth it, you know? If we swap out these chairs, so 16,767, let's say. No, it's only 200 bucks. I don't know if that I think looks so much worse. Like, I think that gets across the vibe way more. Is there actually a wood tone that kind of matches those chairs? But yeah, I think that's probably better. Actually, does this probably has the same one too? I might do that, yeah. That's a bit better, a little bit warmer. Okay, actually one thing that we're missing from the original house, which I wanted to try and keep everything from the original, is a bookcase or like a way to read books. So we could, do they fit? Oh, you can't just put them, I was hoping you could put it on the half wall. This is very mid-century. Does this fit anywhere? Could I put it here? Well, how much is that actually? Hang on. Hold up, 305, but then this one that is all wood is 400. But this is like the perfect piece of this house, but it actually doesn't fit anywhere. So I might just not use that. We could just use books for 60 bucks. I mean, it doesn't look as good, but it's just as functional and not very expensive. How much is this like? 140, okay. So we could save quite a bit of money changing some things down a little bit. The front door as well, how much is that? That's really expensive, isn't it? $370. No, that door is not right. I can't use that door. I would change to like one of these maybe. Or like, can I make it look like a double door? I don't know if that just looks silly though. They'd probably still do it as one door. So we go from 827 to 507. Yeah, we basically saved $300. It might actually be worth doing that. It's not as nice. That's for sure, but I think that might be a better idea. Now, round the back. Oh, hang on. How much can I save from all this? Hold up. What is all, like, this is all money right here. There you go. It's over 6,000 now. Okay. Now, I will keep this original, because they had this, where was it? You know what? Let me go back and look at where it was. Because I think I'll do it, but I won't do like these, because this is going to be all diagonal and look weird. I think we'll just do a different colored gravel in the middle. So it has the same basic look. Oops. But it's also free. Yeah, so it's basically just like this, just an inner square, kind of random, but look, we'll go with it. So you get the same original setup there. We did change this area here, which I think I quite like that. Maybe what we can do, because our bin is, we got a door there. Could we do, I really don't like how it overlaps this window. Maybe it does just need to go all the way along. I mean, maybe that's why they originally did it. It's just kind of weird. Like, why is it like that? You know what I mean? Could I do, hang on. Oh, hang on. I'm in the wrong category. What am I doing? Could we do, it doesn't really, because the door, I like the door, because I don't want the door all the way squished up there. Like, it looks nice on the inside because it's in between, like, it's nicely spaced. So I was gonna say, could we do like a planter there? But then that doesn't line up either. It doesn't really work. Maybe we could just plant on top of this, because I mean, the idea is that that's gravel. Maybe we could just put plants in it. I don't know. Let's just remove that bit there. This bin is not gonna go right where that window is. That's ridiculous. Maybe down there. Oh, here we go. I can just do some like rocks like this. Fill this in a little bit easier. Yeah, I want it similar to what it was before, but free. I don't want to have to pay for it. Probably get like a tree here, actually. Could be kind of cool, like a nice palm tree. Although I just realized it is currently floating. So, oh, I guess they rotated it away from the build. Okay. Oh, it's going through the roof though. That's a slight problem. There we go. I don't know, just a little bit more interesting. And then at the back here, I'm just trying to find the plants that can go in here. So they're using like, they've got like a lot of like kind of reeds and stuff and just dry grasses, big dry bush. Actually, maybe like this kind of thing would work. Yeah, like this, but I'm actually gonna scale that down. A little smaller and maybe just some of those like that. Okay, so we saved the money on that. We've got some plants there. I just need to do a little bit of terrain painting here because you can see it's not really flowing very well. What color is that? Yeah, they used this one. Perfect. Get that painted in there next to the house and probably just down there. Then I just want to probably just adjust this a little bit so it sort of fits that new area a bit better. Okay, so I think we're probably in a pretty good spot right now. I think one thing that I haven't done that I did say I wanted to do was the ceiling underneath here on the outside, which is going to cost me 212. Not too bad, 16,400, which means we are 3,000 above the original budget, which is not, look, it's not insignificant, but you can make pretty big cuts if we just get rid of those two things, the barbecue and the outside table. And we could probably also make a pretty big cut if you got rid of these, back down to 14,000, get rid of that extra counter. There's definitely very easy cuts you can make if you're trying to save cash. And then that gets us down about 1,000 above the original budget, which I don't think is too bad, honestly. But I'm gonna leave that extra stuff I just got rid of. That was just me showing that it's possible, but I like it like that. So here we go. So this is the new Sandtrap flat, which I think just aesthetically, it keeps the exact same look as before in terms of like, it's still the same build. We still have this whole big roof area out here, but it's more functional now. Also, it feels like it's more, you're more directed of where to go, whereas you just had a big platform before. I know there was a door there, but it was just like a big empty platform. Like, where do you go? Where do you put stuff? But now it directs you way more straight in the entrance here. Now, also, if you had more money, I would add curtains on this bedroom, considering it's right at the front of the house, but we're going to ignore that for now. Yeah, I think that looks so much better. I love the mid-century stuff. It's fun. So then you come in here to our little entrance space, which has got its own little foyer area. Very cute. I like that. So that was also very similar to the original, which I quite like. I do like using the original builds as much as we can, but obviously enhancing it. And this is all raised up a little bit. So the bathroom is actually a little bit higher up than everything else. And then in the main bedroom, you step down. I don't think that's quite as good as I would want it to be, but you could adjust it, make that a bit smaller if you wanted to do this. You could also, I think, look, you don't actually even need this here. You can just have the door like that and that will actually work. It just looks a little silly because the door doesn't go all the way down. The other thing you could do is you could even have a diagonal cutout if you wanted. You could do something like that. That would work. So if you want to save space, but I think, oh, you know what we could do? You know what? Why don't we do this? I think this will also visually just help, but then it doesn't feel like it's too cramped, at least not in my opinion. Okay, yeah, that's actually a little bit better. I like that better. All right, so yeah, main bedroom here, a little step down. You got your mirror there, your double bed, your dresser, pretty simple. The kitchen is very much inspired by the original, which I quite like. And it also does actually step down below ground level. It's actually lower. Well, actually, I guess it's actually at ground level because this is foundation height. But anyway, you step down into the kitchen, which retains that original sort of wall that they had, but we've added in a half wall, changed up the colors a little bit. I think that actually looks really cool. And then that flows through to the dining area, which I would love to do like artwork and stuff around here, but of course we don't have the money. But I still think that looks very nice in there. And then of course that goes through into the little lounge space just here with a nice big window out to your actual outdoor dining space or patio area that's actually useful. And of course there's a little door just here that goes out to that. So I think, no, this isn't Nookstone. Nookstone's over there. I think Sandtrap Flat has had a glow up and I really like it. I love these mid-century builds. I mean, now the back is also very empty, but there's no money. That's for you to explore. When you use this as a starter home, have fun, you know what I mean? Have at it. One thing I actually might add, which I didn't add, is this light above the back door. And I might just line it up with that window height. Now let's compare it to what it was, because sometimes it's easy to forget where we began. And especially because it's a starter home, sometimes, you know, like, it's not the most detailed looking home, but I think, again, it can really help. Trust me, it can really help if we go back to the original. So this is where we are now, okay? As a reminder, this is what it is now inside. There it is, looking pretty good. And this is where we came from. Which, look, I think this is still pretty cool. Like, I think a lot of these base game homes have cool elements about it. So, like, that's the old Nookstone, which we did last time. I think they have cool elements to it, especially like this whole sort of awning area. But, you know, it still needs a lot of help. This is the inside from before. So what I think is fun about these is keeping the elements of the original house and changing it up, but not too dissimilar from what it once was. So again, our original budget, we had $13,230. And again, this is what it all looked like. There's the back, the sides, the front, back to the new one. Same basic shape, but we adjusted the roof line a little bit. We changed the entrance. And I think it just, I love it. It's so much better. And I think it is still easy to adjust. Even though we are using platforms in this build, they should be relatively simple platforms that if you were to like expand the house, it's not going to completely break everything. Now I know that to just expand a half wall, but that's easy to fix. I think it's still easy to adjust as a starter home. And our budget has gone up though. To be fair, in defense of the original, we have spent an additional $3,000 to make this happen. So, you know, it wasn't for free. So I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you so much to my top level members for supporting the channel, and thank you so much for watching. This, of course, is all base game only, so you don't need anything else and it will work just fine. Now, thanks again to Gameloft for sponsoring this video. Please do click that link down below to learn more. It really helps me out. Also, make sure to let me know which house you want to see me refresh next, because we still have lots to go. I think next time will not be a starter home because we've done 2 starters in a row, so we'll do a slightly bigger house next time. So look forward to that. But thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.